How's it going, everyone? Today is January 6th, Monday, and welcome to my YouTube channel. 2 days ago, I just uploaded my first English video, and in that video, I talked about the issue of gerrymandering, which is a common practice in the Western politics, especially in the elections. And that is only the first part of the gerrymandering. And today I'm going to talk about the second part of this topic. After I post my first English video, I received very positive feedback from you guys. And thanks for your encouragement and the tips to improving my English. I feel that I got more confidence and felt more comfortable to continue the English videos. This is a great opportunity to further improve my English speaking, as well as for some of you guys who also want to learn and improve the English listening skills. So let's work together to make it better. So today I'm going to talk about gerrymandering in my second video, and I plan to finish this topic using 3 videos, so there's one more coming, so please stay tuned. In this video, I'll give you some introductory information on this topic, gerrymandering, using some very simple and very straightforward graphs so that you can get a brief idea on what gerrymandering means. And all of the examples I want to use are from the real examples. But first, let me use some artificial examples and simple examples to show you what gerrymandering is. Okay, here I will use this very simple example to show you the basic idea of gerrymandering. This is from the Wikipedia page for the terminology gerrymandering, and you can take a look as well if you have time. So what does this mean? It means that drawing different maps for the electoral districts produces different outcome. Without thinking about the district, for example, we have 50 small blocks here. So let's imagine that each block represents 1 voter. So as you can see, out of the 50 voters here, 20 of them voted for the Green Party, let's say, and the remaining 30 voters voted for the Yellow Party. So if we need to draw 5 districts for the election with equal size, there might be many ways to divide the 50 voters. On the right side, we can see that there are 4 different ways to divide the districts. The first one, if we look at this one, the 5 districts were drawn using the horizontal lines. And if we have the 5 districts like this, what are the result of the election? It's easy to say that in each district, there are 6 voters voted for the yellow and 4 voters voted for the green. So the Yellow Party won each district. So in total, 5 districts goes to the Yellow Party and none of them goes to the Green Party. And how about the second scenario? Let's take a look one by one. In this district, the green wins, right? And in this one, also the green wins. In this one, still the green wins. But in this district and this district, it was dominated by the Yellow Party voters. So in total, the Green Party won 3 districts, and the Yellow Party only won 2. So it's a kind of misleading because, the popular vote, there are more voters support the Yellow Party, and the minority of voters supported for the Green Party, but the Green one still wins 3 districts compared with the Yellow's 2 districts. And how about this one? As you can see, the districts are exactly opposite to the first scenario. instead of the horizontal lines, they were divided by the vertical lines. As you can see easily, the first two districts were won by the Green Party easily because all the Green Party voters stayed here and there's no Yellow Party voters. So in total, 3 districts goes to yellow and 2 goes to the green. It looks like it's pretty fair, but not exactly because there's no competition and the half of the votes were kind of wasted. And let's take a look at the last scenario. We can go one by one from the top to the bottom. This district, the yellow wins. This district, the green wins. This district, the yellow wins. This district, the yellow wins. And this district, the green wins. 3 go for the yellow and 2 go for the green. The same result as this one, but as you can see, this is more reasonable because you have both the Green Party supporters and Yellow Party supporters in each area, and the seats is the same as the popular vote ratio, which is the 3 for the yellow and 2 for the green. So as you can see, there are different ways to apportion the electoral district, and by doing this, they can get different election results. Okay, now I'll use another example to show you the basic strategies or elements in the practice of gerrymandering. So now you can see that there are 15 voters. 6 of them voted for the Red Party and 9 of them voted for the Black Party. But using those 3 different ways for the districting, as you can see, this one, the Black Party won all 3 districts. And in this one, the Black Party won 2 districts. Red Party wins 1, kind of reasonable. But this one, the Red Party won 2 districts, and the Black Party won 1 district, just the opposite of the popular vote ratio. You can see something interesting. Why the Black Party only win 1 district in the last scenario? That's because in the districting, they put all of the 5 Black Party supporters into 1 district so that their voting power will be substantially reduced in the other district. This means if you try to segregate the voters of one party, then their advantage, their strength in the other districts will be substantially reduced. This one is called packing. And how about this one? Slightly less than 50% of the voters voted for the Red Party. They did not win any district. That's because they put all of the Red Party voters equally into different districts. They try their best to separate Red Party voters into several districts to reduce their voting power so that all of their votes will be wasted in the election result. So that is called cracking. So cracking means that you assign the voters of one party separately into different districts to dilute their voting power so that they are unable to win enough seats. So using those examples, we can say that packing and cracking are the 2 basic elements in gerrymandering. So from those 2 examples, probably you can get a basic idea on what gerrymandering means, and you can have an idea on what are the 2 basic elements of gerrymandering, the 2 basic strategies, tactics, packing and cracking. In packing, we try to put the majority of the supporters in one party into one district so that their supporters in the other district will have a much less voting power. And in cracking, just the opposite of packing, you try to put one party's supporters evenly distributed into the different districts so that their voting power will be substantially diluted. If you got basic ideas of those two strategies and elements, probably you can think of something we learned long time ago. Probably you remember that in our primary school, we learned something called 田忌赛马. That is 田忌, a horsing race, which means that if you have 3 classes of horses and if you want to compete against the other 3 classes of horses of your opponent, if you found that in each class your horse is just a little bit of slower than your opponent's horse, you can change the order of the match. For example, the 3 classes are called regular, plus, and super. So you can sacrifice your regular class horse to let it compete against your opponent's super class horse so that you will lose that match. But you will use your plus class horse to compete against your opponent's regular class, so you will win the second game. And the last game, you can use your super class horse against your opponent's plus class horse, so you can win the last game as well. So out of the 3 games, you can win 2 and only lose 1. Eventually, you still win the match by 2 games to 1. And that is the basic idea of 田忌horse racing. It is similar to the idea of gerrymandering, especially to the packing idea, because you sacrifice a small amount of district and make sure that you can maintain your advantage in the other districts. So that's a very interesting comparison, and hopefully you can find these similarities. Okay, this is my second video of gerrymandering, and next time I will give you the last video of this topic. So stay tuned and thank you for your support. See you soon.